Hello, in this video I'm going to talk about the 3 reasons why you may not be hearing your heart, your soul, the whispers of your spirit. You know, we are often told or we listen to other people who say just follow your soul, follow your passion, listen to the intuition, listen to your heart, listen to the messages. And there are times, and there's also phases in life when perhaps that's not that clear, and it can be frustrating, and then you really effort, like I'm really going to listen, and you make the effort to try to hear your soul, but efforting will not open up that communication. Efforting, trying to make yourself hear what it is that you are being shown will not work, because you are waiting for a particular outcome. So sometimes we'll be really efforting, right? And we'll be saying, right, well, I'm really going to listen to my soul. And then you've got this other voice in the background with the plan, and really what it is your ego trying to save you from anything that's going wrong. So you've got this voice in the background with an outcome, right? But the voice of your soul is not an outcome. It's a next step. It's an invitation to remembrance of who you truly are, without that voice of the ego, without those fears. So the 3 main reasons that you may not be hearing your soul. First one is that you're in survival mode, and your nervous system is designed and wired for safety, not expansion. And the soul guidance feels too in the unknown when you're in that fear and you're in that survival mode. And that's when that voice of the ego can really be louder than anything your soul wants to bring forth for you. Because we are always getting messages. It's whether you allow that communication in, or whether there's a louder voice in the background blocking it out. And so when you're in survival mode, it's very difficult to hear the voice of your soul, to hear those messages from spirit, and to truly trust that guidance within you. And reason number 2 is that you're outsourcing your power. And I think we all do this at some stage, and many stages across our lives. We outsource our power. And I know this personally from, when I go to people for the answers, whether that is mentoring, coaching, readings, right? And the same with people coming to me for readings, coaching, mentoring. Looking for the answers from somebody else, when really the answers are all in here. And what I love to do with my clients is help them see those answers, help them hear those answers. And the way that I help to change perspective on what's blocking them allows my clients to remember who they are, and allows them to hear these signs, these messages, these voices, these prompts, and these next steps from the heart, from the soul. So outsourcing your power really does lead to you following somebody else's soul whispers, not your own. And the third, I can't count, the third reason is that you are expecting the messages, the soul's whispers, to come in a different form. You're expecting someone to kind of show up at the front door and knock really loudly, and you open the door and there's the message. Now, it could happen that way. But the soul whispers in silent little prompts. And it's these that we need to learn to trust. And I know it's taken me personally a long time to trust these little prompts, because they're like little things in your head. It's like, oh, go here now, go do this now, say this now. And often you just kind of let that go because there's a louder voice grabbing your attention. But it's those little prompts that are the whispers of your soul. So even for this video this morning, I had no idea I was going to be talking about this. And I was just sitting there a few moments ago. How can I contribute today? How can I voice something that will help other people? And then a little voice in my head said, go to your computer, look here, look here. That's what you're saying today. And I could have ignored all of that, but here we are. Right? And the same goes just in your everyday life. And that's why it's so important to find that peace and that presence and that acceptance for every moment, because that's when you will hear the whispers. When you're not in acceptance, when you're not in peace, you won't. When you're in a chaotic, survival, busy mode, there'll be louder voices, often based in fear, that are directing you, that you choose to listen to. So today, I want to encourage you and invite you to tune in. Be present in each moment. Tune in to the next step on your path, the next step in your day, and follow those prompts. And if something feels like it's not in alignment, then you're probably following fear. And it does take practice. It does take practice. And sometimes all you can do is look back on the day and go, wow, if only I'd followed that, and that prompt, that would have brought me so much joy, rather than what I did today, which was follow fear. And sometimes it's after the end of the day that you can really see. And that's the awareness. Right? So even that awareness at the end of the day of what you missed, right, those whispers you missed, that's a great start. Because then the next day you'll be more aware, the next day you'll be more aware, and so it goes. So really stay present. And the next thing that is really powerful for you to do is to ask better questions. Ask better questions. You know, what do I truly want right now? Not what do I have to do to stay safe? What do I have to do? What have I always done that I need to keep doing? No, ask, what's my heart telling me right now? What does the real me choose? What is the best next step? And listen to the response within your mind, and also outside of you, for however long it is. It could happen in a moment, or it could be sometime that day. Your message will arrive, right? In a song, in something you've written, something you read, someone you meet. The answer is there. And that's also soul whispering to you through other people and other ways. So try to stay present, ask better questions of yourself, and when you get that tiny yes, or when you get that tiny flutter within you going, oh, follow that, not the loud voice of ego that might be keeping you in fear. All right, let me know how that resonates. And as always, I love your comments, and I would love you to subscribe. Bye for now.